back to the Art of Motion instructional YouTube channel. So we are very happy and proud to be kind of pioneering some interesting new software that YouTube has built in. So this will be an interactive instructional series. So the cool thing is you'll be able to have a choice of what you would like to see inside of this video. So if you would like to see a back take utilizing the arm drag from guard, then click over here in this general area, kind of like you're giving me a high five. Awesome. And if you would like to see a really cool flying arm bar from the standing in kind of a self-defense way that might even apply to like a zombie apocalypse or something like that, then click over here like you're giving me a high five over in this area. I'll give you a second. All right. So you've chosen to be able to take the back via the arm drag from guard. So we're going to go ahead and go over that now. So I have Miss Kim inside of my full guard. That means my legs are currently closed behind the back. I'm looking for some form of head control and wrist control. So what we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with our arm control. We're going to start off with my outside hand controlling the wrist and my inside hand controlling the tricep. All right? The tricep control can be towards the elbow. I just don't want it to slip off towards the arm. And my wrist control needs to be down towards the bottom of the wrist, so that way I can control the wrist inside of my hip pocket. So the first movement that we're going to be looking at is getting the arm off side of our body and exposing her back. So to be able to do this, I can drop my feet onto the floor, but I'm going to keep a nice tight squeeze over the body and plant my feet onto the floor. I'm going to bridge my hips nice and high. And then I'm going to shrimp out to the side. I'm going to push the wrist to the inside and pull the tricep down. Shrimp and pull. Once I get to the shrimp and pull, I'm going to look for this tricep to be able to hold on to nice and tight like it's a rock climbing grip. And I'm going to utilize my legs to be able to kick me, to be able to get momentum upward. So I'm going to kick to come up, and I'm going to pull that tricep, and I'm going to come all the way to the hip. Keep in mind, sometimes we'll have the ability to control this wrist with this hand, but if it makes it awkward for me to stay up, then I just want my hand to be out somewhere where maybe she can't grab it, and I have a good post, right? Making sure to keep that wrist orientation so I don't hurt my wrist. Controlling the hip and pushing my big fat belly in, I'm going to control the side of her body to make sure that she can't posture up, and then I'm going to start to turn my body through until my knee comes to the floor, and my opposite knee comes to the bottom of my foot, kind of like knee to heel. Once I get to this control position, I can take this hand, and I'm going to look to weave it under the arm and control the wrist. Once I have wrist control, I'm going to draw that wrist in nice and tight towards her chest. From here, I'm going to look to kick off the body and then drag my heel right back to the same position that I have it now. So I'm going to kick off the body, kick, and now I'm going to stomp my heel right back into the same position that it was. Controlling now between the heel and my knee, and now dropping down under the neck to be able to control the shoulder and stay nice and tight to the body. Again, we're starting off with our hand placement, which is going to be control over the wrist and control over the tricep, right? Outside hand controls wrist, inside hand controls tricep. Now we're going to place our feet to the floor so that way I can still control the body. I'm not allowing her to go anywhere, but I want to be able to have a good bridge off the floor. So I'm going to bridge up, and then I'm going to push the wrist through and pull the tricep. Push and pull. But I also want to strip my hips out, and that allows me to do both at the same time. Move my body out of the way and bring her body into the pocket, right? So up, shrimp, push, pull. Once I come to the outside, I use that tricep again as the ability to be able to pull myself up, and I'm going to kick to get that momentum to come up. I control the hip, hugging nice and tight to the body, and I'm going to turn my body through until my knee goes to the floor and my heel touches the knee on the opposite side. From here again, I'm going to look to weave under the arm, control the wrist, draw it to the chest, take my big step off, and then drag my heel right back to my hip again. I go nice and low on the body, bringing this arm under the neck and controlling nice and tight. Wrist, tricep, bump, push, pull, shrimp. From here, sit up, control the hip. Turn, 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 knee to the floor, knee to my foot. Weave the hand to find the wrist, control to the chest. Big step away, big heel to knee, and then drop down under the neck, control the chest, control the arm. The idea that we're trying to do here is we're trying to off-center their body from ours and open up that pocket to the back. By bringing that arm across the center line of their body, it makes it hard for them to bring it back and opens up that path that we're looking for. Once we start to take that path, there's lots of different options that we can go down, but controlling and keeping the back is definitely of high priority. How they start to deal with that will determine which way we go from there, which will kind of determine which way we go in our series from here. So, again, jokingly we said that this was an interactive video. It obviously is not, but as we start to post these up and send these into emails and put these in our group page, I want to make sure that we have a discussion pertaining to these videos. One, what you liked about the video. Two, maybe what you didn't like about the video. And then more importantly, where you'd like to see us go from here. I want to keep things related and similar to each other, but at the same time I want to expand in a direction that our students want to see. So if you have suggestions, if you have something that you want to see, make sure to comment on the videos, make sure to comment on the posts, send me an email, send me a message, and we'll make sure to incorporate those in future videos. The idea here is to start a discussion about these videos so that way people are still interacting as a community with each other and also with me, your instructor. So hopefully we can continue this moving along and talk about a lot of finer points of jiu-jitsu, still learn some cool instructions, and get better during our time off.